Hi guys, this is Junior Carlos. On tonight's video, I'm gonna give you my review of episode 8 of season 1 of the Big Bang Theory. Roger's love element and the Cooper age breaker. So here we go. Guys. I love this episode. It's my number one. No, my number one underrated. My number one underrated episode of season 1. And here we go with it. Here we go with my review. I love this episode because it basically focuses mostly on Raj. And here's why. Okay. In this episode, the episode starts off like a typical episode. The guy Leonard Raj and Sheldon and obviously Howard are just hanging out. But with one caveat. Howard is trying out a new voice, a new assistant, phone assistant, like Siri, but not Siri. But anyway, after testing it out and making fun of, well, not making fun of, but trying to do a test call to Raj. He gets the test call, but his phone assistant gets Raj's name wrong. Call Rajesh Kutherpally, and of course, Howard's phone assistant gets Raj's whole name wrong. Then Leonard says, "Let me try. Call McClooney, or call McClooney, and Howard's phone assistant says, calling Rajesh Kutherpally." And that, of course, is a little bit funny, but also a little bit under a low blow for Raj, because that's a little bit racist. That's racist, but anyway, then a couple days go by, and then a few days go by, and Howard and Raj come into the door. Howard and Raj come into the apartment of Leonard and Sheldon, and Raj is carrying his laptop, which has his mom and dad on FaceTime, and he introduces Sheldon and Leonard, and obviously Howard, not Howard per se, but Howard is the first one to be introduced to Howard to Roger's mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Kutherpally, and of course Sheldon and Leonard say hi to Mr. R, and Mrs. R, and and then Mr. Guthrie and Mrs. Guthrie ask Leonard and Sheldon, do you guys work at the university just like our son? And they say yes. And they ask very, very, in a funny way, personal questions. Like, do you guys live together? And they both Leonard and Sheldon say yes. But before they could say roommate, as roommates, Mrs. R and Mr. R, Guthrie, think the other way around, that they're a couple, that they're dating, and of course they compare Leonard and Sheldon to Harun and Tanvir, who are, I'm guessing, cousins of who Harun and Tanvir. I'm guessing Harun is I'm guessing, even though it's not clarified, that either Harun or Tanvir is cousins, is either or, both of them. Either Harun or Tanvir is cousin to Raj. But here's the cool thing about that. About Harun and Tanvir. I love this part of the episode. That this episode gives a little bit of love to the LGBT, a little bit of love to the LGBT community, but also being lightly and not offensively funny to the LGBT, to the LGBT community. But anyway, then Mrs. R and Mr. R, Mr. Rajesh Guthrie and Mrs. Rajesh Guthrie, who are both doctors. Well, Raj's dad is a gynecologist. But anyway, they have some big news. They have some big surprise, big Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce news type news for Raj. So they tell Raj, put us on the table. So put us on the table, on the living room, on the living room table, so we can tell you. And please gather your friends. We want them to hear this. We want to hear this news. And the news is that they have given Raj's number 2A to an old school slash crush of a Raj back in the day in his wonderful homeland of India. But her name is Lalita Gupta. And of course Raj is like, why would you do that? then his mom and dad respond, because Rod, we want you to give us grandchildren. And then and then and then and then Rod just says, but she used to, but she was mean to me. She used to kick me in. She used to kick me in my undercurry. If you know what I mean, guys. But anyway, at the end of the day, just to keep it a little bit short for you guys, that was it. The deed was done. Then we hear we have to go. Sorry, Raj, but we have to go because Doogie Howser, yes, the Neil Patrick Harris show before he became Barney Stinson in How I Met Your Mother, was on. It is apparently a very popular old 90s show that they show it on replay or reruns or whatever you want to call it. So then Raj asked the guys, meaning Howard and Sheldon and Leonard, what should I do? And then of course, the guy, of course, Sheldon doesn't really care about what's going on with Raj, but Howard and Leonard say go on the date, but then Raj says no, because I can't talk, because you know me, I can't talk to girls. Then of course Howard and Leonard say, then don't go. Then you know. Then Raj says, then I'll go. Then says to Leonard and Howard, if I don't go, my mom and dad will make me into curry chicken pie. Will make me into a flat pizza pie dough and make me to no end until I transform into a delicious, nervous, unsocially romantic with the girls of chicken pie, curry pie. Then of course, then Raj says, what kind of friend you are? And then a few days pass by. Then Raj comes back into the apartment where Howard comes back in, where Howard and Leonard are texting funny stuff about Sheldon who's basically fighting with a card membership person, membership person, and then Raj comes 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 back in, or comes in and says, guys, I have a problem. Lalita left me a very, very pushy message that says in short, "Hi Raj, my mother gave me your number because your mother gave it to her and she gave it to me, and she told me to give you a call. Then Raj says to the guys, do you see, to Leonard and Howard, do you see how pushy and how fiery, how spicy, and how pushy, like curry super hot sauce she is? Then of course Leonard and Howard say, then don't go on the date. Then don't go on the date. Then of course again, Raj says, if I don't go, I will never hear the end of it with my mom and dad. They will make me into chicken curry pie if I don't make it to the date. Then Howard says, give it to me. Give me your phone to me. I'll help you. Then Howard calls Lalita as Raj, and he does a very good impression of Raj. A very spot on impression of Raj, which in fact again makes Raj very, 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 very upset. And he instead of saying thank you for helping me out, Raj freaks out, and then Howard says, I made you sound, or I think I did a pretty good job. I made you sound, or I did a very good job in being you. I sounded like a very the very lovable spicy curry, a very convincing accent. Then Penny comes in and says, and tells the guys that she needs some test nerds, because she has been given a tryout, a cheesecake. She has been given a tryout to be the bartender at the bar of the Cheesecake Factory. And she needs some guinea pigs to give them drinks and to mix and create drinks. And of course Leonard says, that's cool, Penny, but right now Raj is dealing with something, and we are trying to help him out. And since Raj can't speak for himself when it comes to Penny, he whispers it in Leonard's ear, and Leonard says, "Really? Oh, Raj, are you sure?" And then Leonard says, Raj will take your offer. Will take you up on that offer in mixing him a drink. So the guys go across the hall, including including Sheldon, including Sheldon, and then and of course Penny mixes a, a very colorful drink for Leonard. That is that is that is perfectly fits in a cylindrical glass that I'm guessing it's strawberry and mango type cocktail, mango type drink, and of course Howard being the romantic type that he is, that at this point Penny cannot stand because she finds him very annoying to no end, to very annoying like a Taylor Swift song on repeat, which I'm not saying that a Taylor Swift song on repeat is not bad, but if you're not a Taylor Swift fan, which I consider myself, a guy in the middle. I love her songs, but I'm not. I love her songs, and yes, I'm a fan of hers, but not a super fan. I'm a normal fan. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm not a Swiftie per se. I'm a normal Swiftie. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm not a super Swiftie. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm just a guy that loves her, that likes her music, and loves her music as well. But I don't consider myself a Swiftie. But if you are like me, you understand what I'm saying. So then Raj whispers to Leonard, then Penny says, Raj, what will it be? What will it be? And then Raj whispers to, then then Raj whispers to Leonard and says, whispers to Leonard, whatever you recommend, Penny. And then Penny says, well, I make a mean grasshopper, which is a green drink. But here's the funny thing. As soon as Raj drinks up his first sip of the green grasshopper, something amazing happens. Something amazing happens. Something amazing occurs. He starts talking to Penny, and of course, Sheldon, Howard, and Leonard are very shocked by this. Are absolutely shocked. They're amazed by this. And of course, Roger's like spilling his feelings out and saying, how can I be on this? How can I go out on a date with Lalita Gupta. I can't even, or any girl, or if I will, or any, for that matter, be a gynecologist. I can barely look a woman in the eye, in the eye, and of course, then of course, Howard says, well, let's see if he can figure it out. Let's see if he can figure it out. That he's officially talking to a girl, to Penny. But of course Penny doesn't let Rod discover that by himself, and says to Penny, and says to Raj, well Raj, you're talking to me. And then Raj says, hi Penny, how are you? Then Penny says, Raj, slow down a little bit. And then Raj says, why would I slow down? Why would I slow down this wonderful feeling that I'm having? Why would I slow down this wonderful feeling that I'm having because of my drink? Why would I slow down this Yankee Doodle feeling, happy feeling that my external body is having right now, and obviously my external and internal body is having this wonderful and warm curry chicken tandoori, cheesy paneer feeling that I'm having right now. Then Penny says, okay, tell you what, take Lolita out and take her to the Cheesecake Factory so I can keep an eye on you. So you don't overdo the grasshopper. Overdo the grasshopper. Then Raj says, oh, okay, Penny. Then Raj says, it's a sweet green miracle. Then guys, then the date has come. The night has come. And obviously Raj has been drinking, and he's absolutely being funny and being kind of insulting to Lolita, and obviously Leonard and Howard and obviously Penny are keeping an eye on his date, on his date with Lolita. But then obviously all three of them, Penny and Howard and Leonard, are saying, wow, Raj is a totally a different person when he's drunk, and he's totally obnoxious. Then, and you may ask, why? Then you may ask, guys, what about Sheldon? Well, Sheldon didn't want to go. Didn't want to didn't want to didn't want to, participate in keeping an eye on Raj, but he came, but later, but he came, later because he didn't have because he didn't have any he was bored. He was bored. So he decided to go by himself. Obviously by himself. But then, as soon as Sheldon saw Lolita, he started to basically he started to compare Lolita to a fairy tale princess, to an ancient fairy tale princess named Princess Punjali from an agent from an agent of an ancient fairy tale. The princess and the monkey. According to Sheldon, the description of Princess Punjali in the book of Princess and the Monkey is like this: that Princess Punjali has ruby lips like a shiny ruby, a shiny red ruby, and hair and hair that smells like very, very intoxicating flowers. Then, of course, Sheldon, without knowing this, of course, he basically says hi to Lolita, and he says, my princess, I'm just a monkey. I'm just a monkey that is shocked at your beauty and presence. And Lolita says, excuse me. And then Sheldon explains why he said the whole background. And then Lolita's like, us Indian or casino Indian, and then Sheldon is you Indian, and of course Raj is like stop Sheldon, stop mimosing my girl. Stop mimosing my girl. And then Lolita's like, hold up your Gandhi. Hold up your Gandhi. Your Gandhi. Raj, first of all, I'm not your girl. Second, I'm on this date with you just to get my parents off my back. Second, we are not set to be married. So hold your hold your guns. Then of course, Raj said, Raj, Raj says, if you don't back up your, if you don't back up, if you don't back up your Gandhi to Sheldon, you will feel my wrath. Then Howard says, to clarifies what Raj just said. Raj, you don't have a wrath. Then all of a sudden, Lolita is like, Sheldon, are you hungry? Would you like to go eat? Go eat, and then Sheldon says, oh, I could eat, and then that's the end of the date. But no, then back at the apartment, Raj is being consoled and talking to his mom and dad, who are pretty upset. Who are pretty upset of what happened with Lolita, and they tell Raj, what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna tell Lolita's mom and dad? And then Sheldon says, walks back into the apartment, and then Leonard says, so how did it go on your date? Sarcastically, of course. And I'm just paraphrasing what Leonard said, and of course Sheldon says, fine, it was fine. Then Leonard, then obviously Raj is like, you skinny curry stealer. You skinny curry stealer. Then Leonard says to Sheldon, you stopped the date. You took Roger's date away from him. Away from him. Friends don't do that to each other. And then Sheldon says, noted. Then to keep it short, guys. Then Sheldon implies that Lolita told him that Raj was drunk and boring, which he was. Then of course, after hearing this, Mr. Rajesh and Mrs. Rajesh Kutrapali are like, really? Is that why you're in California? You left home for California so you could be a nerdy drunk? And Ryan's like, of course not, Dad. Then and then Mr. then then Mr. Rajesh and Mrs. Rajesh said, "We need to talk, but can we talk outside?" And of course, before talking, slash yelling and slash yelling slash yelling slash yelling at Raj needs to go outside because he doesn't want Leonard or Sheldon or both to hear this very 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 heated curry discussion. And Raj says, "I have to go now. Bye," even though he doesn't say bye. And then we can hear a little taste of what of the scream of the yelling part of this reprimand that poor Raj is receiving. And then after Raj left, Leonard says, "So, how did it go with Lolita?" And then Sheldon's like, "Fine." Then Leonard is like, "So, what did you eat? What did you talk about? What did you talk about with Lolita?" And then Sheldon says, "Well, I ate a pretty good meal, and we talked about, and she told me that she was a dentist, but of course she told me she could be my dentist, but I told her I already have a dentist. Why would I need another dentist? Why would I need two dentists? Why would I need two dentists?" Then Sheldon goes to her room to go to sleep. Then Leonard is all alone and says, "Man, who's going to tell his mom and who's going to tell this poor girl that if Sheldon meets a girl that there's no future for them, that they're not going to be future kids in the future, or for that matter, a happily ever after of a marriage." And that's how, guys, this wonderful and green and grasshopping episode of the Big Bang Theory ends. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like, and before I go, remember, guys, that this is my last full week of videos. Of course, I'm going to try to upload videos before I leave, meaning Monday and Tuesday of next week. Because of course, like I told you last weekend, or this past week, I'm going home to Guatemala for my cousin Daniel's wedding. So, with that being said, guys, thank you for watching again. remember to leave a like and Wakanda forever. Bye.